Sebab masa, let's say at that point lah, in that particular game, dia orang gaduh.
Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, apa khabar follower page Harimau Malaya. Kita jumpa lagi dalam podcast HM. Kali ni, dia lain sikit. Ini podcast pertama dalam bulan Ramadan. Jadi saya behave sikit lah hari tengok kan. Alright guys, macam biasa kita bawakan isu-isu bola sepak, isu-isu sukan dalam Malaysia. Dan hari ini, kita bawakan tetamu jauh dari Johor Bahru. Kita nak cerita tentang kejohanan Liga Sosial yang baru berakhir. Kalau korang follow kita punya page, pasti dapat tengok Vantra Premier League. So inilah dia, organizer dia iaitu Hardevthevar. Siap?
All good man, thank you.
Yes, I call you Dev, okay then?
Dev should be fine, yeah.
So, hari ni kita nak dengar sikit mungkin rumusan di sebalik tabir tu, apa dia cabaran dia, challenges and apa you punya next hope. Tapi sebelum tu boleh tak you serba sedikit introduce yourself, your background?
So basically, like for myself, I've been coaching as well. Ever since almost 10 years, I dah ambil I punya, coaching license under AFC. So, ever since I started coaching, it was beautiful, coaching the kids into next generation and that kind of stuff and all. Tapi when it comes to exposure, that's when I saw like, okay, there is a lack of dekat Johor, because a lot of things are mostly outside. If you can see the recognition, like mostly players semua, especially young players nak dapat susah, So that's why creating a league or creating a tournament yang boleh membawakan diorang all this kind of exposure, so they get recognized. And that's what we need to do lah, So that's how I started the Vantra Premier.
Tapi kalau kita nak flashback sikit, why you nak jadi coach? Why you nak ambil course coaching semua tu?
I think it was passion. It was passion. It was something that memang I, ever since young, kalau I main bola, I always wanted to be captain. And I like to give a lot of, technical or motivation. So coaching was something that I can, what I've learned and, knowledge yang I dapat, over the years of playing football, I want to pass down to the next generation lah. So this was the interest of coaching. Yeah.
Tapi actually your background ataupun your full-time job apa?
I took my my studies under investment management, but passion beats everything lah, sebab ever since small I dreamt about football. I played football. I wanted to do something football.
So, kita balik pada Vantra Premier League yang baru berlangsung hari ni. Yeah. Pada awalnya, macam mana you dapat the idea and you dapat the courage untuk start the league?
I think it was just that the lack of lah dekat where I came from dekat Johor is that there are so many opportunities is created, but there's no next step towards it. So a lot of people, like for example, I'm a footballer as well. I play football. I play a lot of friendlies, leagues and everything and stuff. So I saw that there are some certain aspect dekat our league. There's no next step towards it. Next step as in like macam, okay, I played football, I won a trophy. How do I get recognized to go further? Every footballer always dream the next level. Kalau I main bola, there's two types. One is just I nak main for social purposes. I just want to enjoy football. Some players, they want to go to the next step. How are you going to help me to reach to my next goal? So that's why the social league, the one like how I've created Vantra Premier, is something where they can build their own talent. They improve themselves. And then from there, diorang akan, get exposed, with amazing Harimau Malaya help and all the others who is helping us around the, around the league, yang akan bawa dia kepada next step lah. Pictures, videos, all that kind of stuff lah. It's so important.
Tapi bila kita nak buat something, memang kita tahu ada risk. Apa yang buat you berani? Maybe akan ada something happen. You mesti dah risau. At first apa risk yang you terbayang sebelum you buat?
I think yang paling viral, especially the last couple of years, was gaduh lah kan.
Itu. Bila cakap pasal social league, gaduh.
Gaduh.
And then ada team viral daripada JB juga. Kita tahu.
Oh man,
Itu.
it was crazy lah. Sebab like what I wanted to do basically is buat invitational. You know, a lot of people around there, especially on the normal term lah, diorang buat open. Siapa nak join, okay, register, bayar ni, and then they join. But why I did it in a way where we invite teams, like I personally go and invite all the teams who are join. I took some risk as well in some certain teams. But why I do it in a way is that when we're able to control an environment, you know, anything happen or macam any issue sparks, we can either advise to change or there will be consequences lah. Ada yang
You boleh communicate.
Betul, lagi senang. You know, when you have open team more than 10 or more, sometimes even more lah, you know, and how you're able to control that. Like for me, having 8 teams, you look at the numbers, I am taking care over 300 players at the same time. So 300 players are my priority sebab diorang punya well-being, diorang punya fairness of game, equal game time, itu memang dia like their happiness is my priority. So that's why I did it in a way lah as such.
Tapi you pun play bola juga. And you faham, sometimes temperature tu naik tanpa control.
Exactly.
Pernah berlaku tak dalam sepanjang
Of course.
How you handle?
Ada, you know, the few sparks lah. Few sparks yang akan, you know, trigger emotion, you know. Tapi I don't blame them sebab it has been that way. Macam tak ada, how to say, consequences that happen. Macam ada suspension, all that kind of stuff and all. It's like, oh, I boleh buat je, I tak kisah, you know. I do what I feel like, you know. I marah, you know. There's no like education purposes of why you kena calm yourself into a certain situation, how to be professional as in a footballer, how to basically, you know, like when we play with emotions, especially in football, we tend to not think wisely.
Yeah.
You know. And then when it comes to a certain point, when we play football, kita nak parak je, or nak gaduh, all that kind of stuff will happen. So it kills football. It kills the beautiful game. Because our priority is just having beautiful gameplay, a beautiful goal, having a good time.
And sometimes yang buat hal seorang je, tapi the whole team macam like team dekat JB tu,
exactly,
the whole team right?
It triggers lah. Trigger response. Seorang start, semua nak masuk, you know. And then but this is the scary part, you know, when we have open teams where we don't know their background. Like for certain like the teams that entered into the Vantra Premier as well, we know them. We like for myself, what I did sebab Vantra Premier has been planned for over a year plus. So in that year plus as well, my duty was to make sure I have to get the right teams. So I went around, I play football as well, and then I see from that, I think, okay, maybe this team can be invited. Maybe that team will hold for next season. Think of macam mana. And then their risk also was taken as well to allow one team or two teams to enter. That one sort of backfired, but I'm very happy that things are always settled on common ground. So other understanding, at the end of the day, as much as how trouble it is to handle them, it was very easy. You know, that always, okay, the players pun understand. Sebab masa, let's say at that point in that particular game, dia orang gaduh. And gaduh mulut je, you know, there's no fist fight or anything and stuff. So the only way, what I did was attend to it immediately. See, a lot of things is attended later on or even die off lah. Tak kisah, dah habis lah, game dah habis and all. But if you attend immediately and then you talk to them and then you speak to them why this particular thing happened, there is the understanding, then they separate. So that they know, okay, benda dah settle dalam padang juga. Because a lot of things yang akan jadi is like, settle lepas, lupa kat thing lah. all this kind of stuff.
Lesson berlaku.
Yeah, all this kind of thing. For what? You know, it kills the game lah. So that's the thing.
Actually masa sebelum start ataupun during the game jalan kan, you ada macam set satu message untuk this league, apa yang nak sampaikan.
Correct. The whole objective is no room for hooligans. You know, we need to stop that already. I think it's time that because we come to, I would say, an upcoming era of football in Malaysia. That we are growing. We are becoming known to the world as well. And I think, you know, on the professional higher level scale of it, we're doing the most amazing job. You know, playing in the Champions League, playing in we're doing so well in our Asian Cup. Our qualifiers are so important. But a lot of people forget that all the talent comes from the lower ground, which is the social level, which is the raw talent.
Yeah.
You know, there are so many stories where, if you have dengar from outside as well, a certain player who is playing in the lower level leagues and stuff get recognized, and then he's playing for the national team, just like that. So that's the beauty of it. Us in Malaysia has to recognize that raw talent comes from below, not from above. So that's how we that was the whole idea to it lah, you know.
Kalau you cakap pasal raw talent dapat pergi ke top league, dia ada contoh kalau dekat Selangor ni, dua player, Daniel Asri strikers, and Syarul Nazim. Dia start daripada social league dan dapat main Selangor.
Correct.
Yang memang tak impossible untuk dilakukan.
Exactly.
Okay, that's one challenge.
Yep.
Selain daripada tu, apa lagi masalah yang you hadapi untuk pastikan semuanya berjalan lancar, kalau you boleh share?
I think the most important is flow lah. You know, sebab I think, or if you look at social level, right, a lot of them have restricted timing. You know, sebab okay, let's say you main 2 half, okay, and each half is 30 minutes and stuff, you know, and you're playing social level, you bawa 18 orang or 20 people and that kind of stuff and all. So this is from personal experience. I'm saying from personal experience that, okay, if let's say I main dalam Liga tu, and then I'm a substitute, I masuk the last 15 minutes bro. I masuk the last 15 minutes, I finish the game, I masih kena bayar. A lot of players, or like let's say a certain team, if they don't know how to manage the players punya equal timing, this is the problem where slowly by slowly they will start leaving the team. Diorang dah cakap, oh, we don't want to play. I had that issue as well, because that one particular team, I would say that that was a struggle lah. You know, if they don't know how to manage the team, they don't know how to give happiness to the players. You know, happiness is very simple. Equal game time.
Yeah.
You know, you give them equal game time, mesti diorang happy sangat. They will even stay. I rather play. I'll commit to the team.
Cumanya dia jadi dilema sebab maybe dia nak result.
Yeah.
Exactly. Acting players tu tak berat, dia pada level yang sama.
Exactly.
Apa tips kalau you sebenarnya nak bagi fair?
I think the most important on the social level and just let them be happy lah. You know, if you look at results, sometimes play happy, the results will show. You know, it's not in terms of tactical, not in terms of who we have who are the best players in the team, but it's how the team is happy. They will play together. Result speaks for itself. I think on as a United fan, very sad to say this, but you can actually see that everything matters.
Yeah.
It's not just the players, how good they are, how many, how much they've been played and everything and stuff. But if it doesn't work together, the result shows by itself. So that's how it is like on the social level as well. And my tip is definitely very simple: happiness. You give them equal game time. You take care of them. Give them good, good exposure. Get them playing good in a team, and then enjoy.
Now everything dah settle. You ada tak macam approach them, tanya feedback diorang on the league, and apa antara feedback yang boleh share?
They were very happy. Some of them a bit unhappy because I'm very strict. I'm very strict.
Itu yang masalah nak tukar player maybe?
Yeah, I would say like, the some players who have gone through macam banyak disciplinary issue, of course when it comes to Vantra Premier, like I said, my objective bukan on how much the prize money is, or how much what is this, the win of all these kind of things like, they want to see excellence on that. Tapi for me is that if the players are happy and equal game, I rasa that's so important lah.
And kau tahu setiap ada penyertaan daripada Singapore juga kan?
Yes.
Boleh cerita macam mana berhubung dengan tim-tim dari Singapore? Adakah mereka akan datang lagi macam mana?
I think like you see, like we go back to the part of disciplinary lah, kan, I was very strict and all, is that certain players they're not being emotionally prepared for a lot of things that I have made consequences, especially unsportsmanlike conduct and those kind of stuff. So yeah, I had a team from Singapore, great guys. Honestly, I tell you, they play beautiful football. They really play beautiful football. I mean, even for the other teams as well, they play beautiful football. But the one thing that was challenging, not only their team but everybody as well around, is just that semua player has that trigger point.
Yeah.
They have that emotional spark towards it, and then they say like, oh, okay, kena sikit, or that triggers another emotion. So like like I think from Singapore, it was something that I took a risk as well. So, but I don't know them much, and then this was one of certain risks in things that I take as well. And then one thing I was very happy because they're so dedicated. Every time nak datang to what do you call this, for our game, they will come from Singapore, they will play football, and then they will go back. So the dedication is heads off to them lah. Seriously, it's beautiful.
Tapi I lupa nak tanya je sebab okay lah, as organizer kan, banyak juga I jumpa, and for sure the biggest challenge actually to get the fund lah. The sponsors lah.
Correct.
And macam ada je punya proses lah.
I think for me is that the right people, always like that, because how to say in a way that kalau we accept everything from everyone, they will have so many opinions, so many feedback and everything and stuff. It's like, okay, I have 100 sponsors, I have 100 words that I have to deal with it, If I have a few sponsors or partners as well, all I need is their support, and what is this? From the Vantra point of view, is what we can give back to them lah. So that's why it's very important macam, the right people, the right partners, the right sponsors, and a well-controlled environment.
And one thing yang obviously I kena bagi credit dekat you, sebab how you bagi publicity dekat the event. You punya posting macam sangat lengkap. And even dah habis pun you keep on best manager, best player kan. Apa yang feedback daripada peserta-peserta bila you buat macam tu?
One thing is different, is unique. Sebab a lot of tournaments or Liga and everything, they have already prepared normal ready-made trophy and everything and stuff. So we give them the feeling of the customization, like, okay, custom trophies, custom awards, watch as well. We had a very nice sponsor from QR Fashion, and Mr. Andrew Lim, who has contributed untuk our player of the season. Top scorer semua akan dapat watch together with the custom trophy lah. So a nice touch to it, And I think like, you know, players are happy with that. They don't nampak. I said, this one looks cool, you know, it looks really nice. So I'm happy a lot of players gave good feedback, and then I'm hoping that the next season the expectation is even higher lah.
So kerja pun makin banyak lah.
Okay. You know, I honestly tell you, the first season was the most toughest season lah. It's about mostly when you look, okay lah, like from the posting, from the editing, all the kind of stuff was done by myself. You know,
Really?
it was done by myself. You know, a lot of things, planning everything, even the final day or the first day, all was done by myself. And you know, it was not easy, because if I want to get someone else, I have, like, for example, an assistant or someone who can get the job done. It has to be like-minded. Dia kena sama, you know. So if I'm going to give it to someone, they must understand the concept of why I'm doing like this. Kalau I bagi je to any necessary person as well, and then they do the job that couldn't be done, why they should be part of it?
Tapi kalau you cakap semua you buat, I think dalam this 4 month ni MIU tak ada sleep well kot.
Oh yeah, man. The last day habis je final ceremony tu, I tidur for 4 days. I slept, bro. I was like, yo, finally, man. Finally, I can sleep, I can rest. But after that 4 days, I'm back again, because I have to prepare for the next season. And sebab, you know, in between that, sebab ada posting that I have to be done, and preparation for the next season, and then breakdown, post-mortem. I had 3-4 pages written down on what needs to improve and stuff. So a lot of stuff. And then now I'm thinking like, I think I really need an assistant.
Once you tengok the winners list trophy and you see everything settled, apa you rasa?
Beautiful. I was so happy. You know, tears roll down my eyes. Honestly, I tell you, I'll be very honest. Man's tears very hard to fall.
Yeah.
But when it falls hard, like, you know. It's just that because it took so much of preparation, so much of doing, so much of tolerance, and you know, one thing I want to thank God lah. You know, I thank God, my mom and dad, you know, memang yang supported me along the way. I have good friends, good family, you know, around me who supported lah, you know, because it was not easy job.
And you, of course you proud kan?
Yeah, of course.
So
very proud.
next step apa? Maybe I can ada second season.
Yeah.
Maybe you akan be the grassroots tournament. Apa plan?
Yeah, Ben, you said it. You know, definitely season 2 is coming up. Season 2 coming up.
Bila planningnya?
Dah start already. Dah start already. I'm preparing already. And then, of course, the junior league is something that I want to touch, because I think it's so important. Sebab they are the next generation, and what we're going to do, it has to be something even unique than ever before. So of course there are leagues that are running there who is doing so well. I'm very so happy that they're doing already, and I'm very proud of them. But what, like, from the Vantra point of view, is that we have a concept of our own. You know, so in our concept, this is how we want it to be run, and this is how we're able to help the kids for the next generation. Bagi diorang the exposure that is needed, so that they know that when they play in VPL, they know that they're gonna get recognized lah. So that's the whole idea.
I sangat sokong kalau ni nak buat grassroots level, sebab seingat I memang ada 2 akademi dekat Johor yang memang mengharumkan nama Malaysia dekat Singapore, dekat Thailand. Satu is Pride Intellect, and TSSX.
Yes,
itu memang awesome punya talent.
I have a coach of mine who is working in KFC. Coach Vishnu and me, we worked together for so long, you know. And I'm so proud of him, because he is so you know, devoted to coaching, and he's a really nice guy. Honestly, a lot of people, you know, sometimes coach kita kena garang sikit lah kan. But I think, you know, that in that way we keep ourselves to developing players who are strong mentally. Sebab nowadays kids, you know, it will be a bit controversial, but they are a bit soft. You know, I think I think in this generation, it's very hard to get that players who have really good emotions lah, strong emotion. And then like for myself, when I was coaching, I'm memang old school. I'm very old school with the modern game of play lah. Old school is a sense of toughness and roughness, because I think this is what is lacking. And then mental, you have to be mentally strong lah. So that's why I think coaches nowadays they are struggling. I speak behalf of the coaches who are around on the grassroots level. Sebab I think just recently there's a comment from a very experienced coach as well, which is true. I support him. Sebab players is already too soft, especially on the grassroots level. So the only way that we can do as coaches to make them tough and strong.
And memang kami sendiri memang aktif kita bergrassroots seluruh Malaysia.
Yeah.
And sama lah words yang coach cakap kan. Satu lagi is budak sekarang ni terlalu banyak distraction. You imagine nak turun padang tu ada kawan lain ajak main game. So once dia touch dia punya phone main game, dia dah akan lupa nak turun padang. So dah tu distracted.
Super. I don't blame them. You know, I love e-sport. You know, I play FIFA and everything and stuff, but I always give macam timing lah. You know, at least equal timing. I go play football and then I play game, all this kind of stuff. That was masa dulu lah. Sekarang dah focus on VPL and stuff. So this is something equally that why we want to do it for not only the boys but the girls as well. Sebab there's so much of raw talent in Johor that is unrecognized. So I have a girl that I've trained before this, and then unfortunately she moved to KL. And when she moved to KL, I had a few friends around here yang boleh tolong dia untuk get into good clubs who she can grow even better. So why that some certain parents, especially who have girls who are playing football, they have to unfortunately kena move to KL or move to Selangor, is that because here the exposure is fantastic. You know, it's supported. Especially in Johor, we are building. Not to say we don't have, we are building. But what is next for them? The next thing for me is very simple, exposure. Kalau kita bagi dia exposure and they get recognized, that's how I think even the football for ladies also will grow lah. And that's why one of my goal is to make sure I can do the women's league lah.
Tapi I nak balik kepada grassroots tu sebab one thing juga yang I nampak positif, dia around this 3-4 years lah. Sebelum ni memang dominan Malay. Tapi sekarang even Chinese school dah ada padang, and Indian boys dah lagi berani untuk main bola. So maybe you ada plan tak nak jadikan your league tu sebagai macam satu platform unity? The real message is unity.
100%. That, you know, we want football to be all. That's why our motto, you know, what we always say is safe for all. You know, all. It's a very big word, and it's so something that it brings everyone together lah. You know, issues happen sometimes on why tensions are happen because of the racist remarks then that is happening around. It has been happening lah, but I'm happy that, you know, slowly now as we grow into our modern age and stuff, everybody is coming together. It's not easy because we're tackling a lot of people with different background, people punya ethnic and diorang punya mindset, you know, diorang punya mindset. So to see on the grassroots level that they are playing together, that's the beauty of football. You know, it brings everyone together to play one beautiful game. So that's something that I really love to see lah.
Next woman, participation you risau tak kalau nak buat league woman kat sana?
For sure, because I think the first season is going to be tough. Mungkin I tak dapat sampai 8 teams. Maybe I cannot have 16. Maybe I start with 4. You know, but even that 4, I'm going to give them the best. I want them to get exposed. I want them not only the 4 yang kita akan start, but the 4 kemudian, and you know, for the next you know, years to come, that I want to make sure that, you know, they get the most important exposure. They play football. Sometimes, you know, I have a cousin as well who plays football. and dia takut nak express to the parents that she like football. Because the norm is for her is that girls need to play girls things like hockey or something, or soft things, or maybe netball or something like that. But she is more into football. She's more into rugby, and this is her, her love, her passion. Everybody has their own passion, whether it's man or woman. They have their passion, and it's so hard to break the bubble. Sometimes kita punya older generation a bit systematic, or guys you can play football, girls it will be different. So we have to come out of that lah, break the bubble.
Sekarang kalau contoh lah, you semua plan you menjadi, you nak orang recognize the brand of Vantra Premier League sebagai apa? Vantra tu. You Premier League akan ni, kalau dah sudah apa you require nama league?
Next gen.
Vantra juga?
Vantra next gen.
Vantra next gen. So apa yang you nak expect atau in you punya hope dekat Vantra branding tu?
I think it's something that for me is just, I want everybody to be happy lah. It's just that a lot of things can be done on a bigger scale. Tapi you see, like for me, I come from a background where nobody knows me. I don't have a platform of my own. I don't have exposure. I'm not that popular or this kind of. But I had a vision. To to create something for our next gen of players. And then my duty was, even my own social media pun I tutup, because I know I had a goal, I had a focus to create something that people will be happy playing and giving them the best exposure lah. So I think now I have a purpose to create something, and then let it flower later on. Let it for example, create a much more bigger scale of it, get it recognized on hopefully, I really hope that it can go even higher. But on the international scene or whatsoever, even going even higher or lower as well, they need to be happy. That's all. Because a lot of things come into play is that, okay, kita ada expectation. Kita ada sponsorship expectation. We have, let's say dalam club tu ada banyak sponsor. Okay, dia orang cakap aku nak menang ni. I need this I want, that, all that kind of stuff. So now the player, rather than playing the beautiful game, they'll be playing for the expectation lah. Kalau I tak dapat, probably I won't have the chance to go in next level like that. So and that.
Looking at apa yang you buat, I personally, ini personal my personal, I personally harap brand Vantra tu boleh jadi macam dekat Singapore kita ada JSSL, okay, Singa Cup,
Yes.
Kat Thailand TAR, yang memang region kita ni Southeast Asia akan kejar tu every year. Dia excited nak menang itu.
Correct.
Maybe you boleh jadi buat tournament di Malaysia yang boleh try sama.
I hope, man. I really hope. I think it's not easy. Sebab lepas ni kena ada banyak assistant.
Sebab I nampak ada you buat tu, memang you buat professional ni. It's not impossible untuk sampai that level.
Thank you. I really hope that one day lah, is to get to that level and to have good people around. Sebab I don't think that I can reach to that certain level of goal without having good people around lah. Sebab I think your surrounding is so important nowadays. Sometimes we have people yang they will be good in front of you, but behind you they want to make sure you don't be fall. So that's why I think good people around is so important lah.
Cakap pasal surrounding ecosystem, ada tak you expect, maybe you harapkan sesuatu daripada mungkin badan government ke agency ke yang boleh bantu you naikkan lagi level?
I think it's recognition lah, tu je. Because I think once you get recognized, and then let me cook lah, because a lot of teams out there, they do on the private sector of it. They do it in their own basis lah. I buat ni untuk ni je. I just want to earn a bit here and a bit there, and then that's about it. But once you get recognition and support as well from, let's say, government or how does it, association, then it will be very helpful in terms of how we are able to give the branding and then also exposure as well. Sebab if you see, like for example, we talk about the recognition lah, kan? And sometimes, which I'm so proud right now, that our Ikisa Rania, who is going to Rania, she's going to Wurzburg back again, and then she has the support of private sector or maybe government sector as well, who have given her that opportunity to go further. This is what we want. If there's the support of people for her, it should be for everyone. Sebab ada yang banyak out there yang didn't had the luck or didn't had the opportunity of it. So once you open it to someone, let's say, okay lah, macam we try to apply for something or get some chance for an application to sign for this one, untuk tunjuk. Maybe from there kita pun tahu, okay, there are certain type of people who don't have that enough background, tapi dia memang one of the raw talents lah. Sometimes maybe even the best as well, the gifted ones. So it's how we are able to create that kind of opportunity so that they get recognized, people know about them. Not only recognized dekat Malaysia, but also now you see in overseas as well. So this is what we need to do lah.
Yeah, man. Your biggest dream in football, your career as coach, as organizer, your biggest dream.
Yeah.
Apa?
My biggest dream, I think, making my mom and dad proud. I think this is my biggest dream. Mom and dad proud, loved by God, and I think creating a community where people have my concept of uniqueness that will benefit that. This is what I really want to do. That's my goal, because I have always this in me. I seorang je. In my family, I'm the only one, And then, having people around us, sometimes the good people say good things, and then some people say that you cannot do it and stuff, They look down at you. There's a lot of dramas, a lot of all these unnecessary dramas and everything and stuff. But the only way that I'm so happy is that my mom and dad has been really supportive. And this is them. I just want to make them very proud on what I want to do. And then because I punya passion memang my now I can say, sebab dalam my 20s and stuff, I've tried a lot of things. And now when I come to that point, it's like, okay, this is like my life purpose, that I really want to create this Vantra Premier, a platform for everybody to come together to get benefited and to get them exposed lah. So this is now, it's not basically a life purpose, it's my duty, So yeah.
I happy cakap dengan you. I rasa sangat inspirational. Thanks. Dari start kita podcast pun you being very positive. So I nak minta tolong you.
Yeah.
In case ada yang tengok ni, dia orang yang ada impian tapi mungkin tak cukup berani.
Yeah.
Apa yang you nak nasihat pada dia?
I think for me it's very simple, It's just that just do it and take the risk. Sometimes you have to take the biggest risk that you can and to let it just flower later on. A lot of things that we have to do when we take the risk. But once we take the risk and then it flows, then already you're there. So this is what I did. So that's what I wanted to let all of you know. Just do it, man. Don't be afraid. God is with you. You have the support of the family. And I think you have you yourself sometimes. So just go and do it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you juga.
And finally, I bagi you ruang untuk you promote your next season. Macam mana kalau orang nak tahu info tentang Vantra, dekat mana dia boleh pergi, your IG, your Facebook?
I think for next season is definitely Premier League 2 and then the Junior League and also the the Women's League as well. And then if you guys want to find us, we are very active in Instagram. And also I have to thank Harimau Malaya support for that ever since day one. I'm so happy that I'm able to work such a big and beautiful company that helped us to achieve our goal. We did it, we really did it. And I hope that more partnership like this can help us to grow even further lah. So I just want to thank you so much for all the support.
Kita nama support grassroots women football yang kita support. Your IG name?
IG name is Vantra Premier. Vantra Premier.
Yes. So thank you Dave kerana luangkan masa bersama kami.
Thank you so much.
Yes, kita doakan you terus sukses. Everything akan dipermudahkan and you akan buat Malaysia bangga juga.
Thank you man. It's so nice to hear that. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you kepada anda semua yang follow podcast ni daripada mula sampai habis. Nampak bulan puasa saya behave kan? So kita jumpa lagi untuk konten-konten menarik seterusnya. Di mana ada nama Malaysia, di mana ada bakat Malaysia, di situ juga kami akan terus support. Jumpa lagi. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.